just get a list. I mean, every time every hire we've made in these last the last 6 or 7 years have had huge impacts on the program. Whether it was Val and Bakari, right, or whether it's Billy and Sadi, and now Luke and DeAndre. This particular group, Luke's extremely well organized and bringing all kinds of ideas. I get this long email almost every night with all these new ideas, and then Dre, just watching Dre in the individual workouts is just really comforting to know he's got a great deal of imagination and initiative, and that's what I want to do. I want to give these guys initiative to go out and find answers for us. I read Phil Knight's book, The Shoe Dog, this during last season, and it really helped me how he gave such latitude to people to grow. And I'm trying to do that more and more right now by allowing them to help me find answers, not all channel it through me all the time.
I know you just kind of discussed John and Austin, but how have your sophomores, I mean, last year they come in, there's not a lot of minutes to go around. How have you seen them take ownership or leadership?
You're talking about Ibby and Xavier with a Z?
Yeah, is it Z or X now?
It is, well, it's Z.
Okay.
It's actually his birth certificate says Z. So
but like for the nickname, is he X or is he Z?
That's up for debate right now. Because I've been trying to call him Z, and it's not coming across real well. Okay. Everybody knows who I'm talking to. So,
but how have they looked with more minutes or more opportunities?
Both of them have made great strides. Now let's see what happens when we get, we've had 3 practices now. Right. I mean, we get to practice with 2 hours a week and everything, but it's like you see him Monday, you see him Sunday night, and it's like an hour and 10 minutes, and then you see him Friday, and it's like, okay, you just don't see it translate. Over time, we'll see more. But I like both of them have made the normal progressions you should after a year in the program.
Right in the middle with John.
You talk about losing Derek. How significant was it to be able to bring in a 4-year guy in Jerron Simmons, and to the extent that you can see, how well is he getting acclimated here?
Yeah, he's done a great job both in the classroom and in just his workouts. You can see there's just a maturity there. That he wants to win. He wants to go to the NCAA tournament very bad. He's never been to the NCAA tournament. That's the goal. And he certainly wants to play afterwards. But he's willing to do anything he can to get to the NCAA tournament. And there's between him, X, and Eli, there's tremendous competition right now. This is the most competitive our practice has ever been since I've been here, because there's enough grit. We've had quickness, we've had talent. Sometimes we're missing some of that grit to compete. We got some competition going on right now that is really healthy for us.
Are you seeing any obvious skills that stick out from Jerron?
He sees the floor really well, and he has. And we haven't done enough to see him really. Like today, we're going to actually go up and down in a regular scrimmage for the first time in a long time. And so I'm really looking forward to seeing him in the open court right now. I think that's where he's going to be at his best.
Josh?
Austin Davis has basically transformed his body. Looks like a different person from what he was a year ago. How important was that for him to kind of go through that progression physically coming into this year when he's likely going to see more playing time?
Yeah, he is still, probably our best just catch and finish guy. Just get it and put it in because it's just so natural for him. But now he's who I was speaking to before. He was 285, almost 300 pounds at one time, and so that's his whole life he's been a large, a husky boy, a large man, and you go at one pace. He can really run, but he's got to program his mind to really run right now. He can really, he's got the quickness now to compete a little bit more than ever, but now he's got to compete. So these are the two. With him and John, it's the same thing. John Sanderson has changed the body now, developed the mind of that gritty, tough, motor running. I think we'd call it in football the motor running type of big man.
Back with Brennan.
In what areas do you think Charles' addition to the rotation will be felt, impact-wise, will be felt the most?
I think hopefully in every area, but right now I think his defense is the one that I think that will be the biggest positive addition to the team. Whether it's deflecting balls, blocking shots, running through passing lanes, seeing the deep. He's very bright. We used to try and trick him last year with plays that we'd run all the time and then counter, and he would be sitting on it more times than he wasn't. So that's the biggest area, but I do think that his quickness and athleticism we've rarely seen here. In the time that I've been, his quickness and athleticism is extremely unique.
Welcome back, Nick.
Nick,
John, are you
from the Detroit Free Press.
How about that? Huh? I'm still here just to bother you and our boss.
I love it, Nick.
Yeah. You mentioned earlier that you don't think that this FBI stuff is as widespread, maybe, as some have speculated. But at the same time, you've been coached for 34 years, whatever. When you have to have seen, or were you at all? I don't know what the right word is, but were you all good that they're looking into this? Were you I'm glad they're looking into this. I'm glad they're
if
picking
the
this up.
FBA is involved, if it was that serious, it was happening that serious. Yeah, this is something that if people are breaking the law, if people are committing felony crimes in our business, then get them the heck out of our business. If that's what's happening, and so I'm, do I feel good about it? No, but I also, you hate to see someone because it affects their families, their coaching staffs, their university, the players that are there. That doesn't make me happy. At the same time, the end is for this game is such a great game, and college basketball is my life, and it should be clean, and this element should not be a part of it. So if this is the necessary part to clean these things up, what I really think is I'm hoping. I don't think I'm just hoping it's isolated, but we'll find out. We'll wait.
George?
How do you think your schedule helps you with the inexperience that you have?
The schedule for this year?
Yeah.
It hurts me. It hurts my stomach. I mean, this is it's just good. All what happens before Christmas is really as challenging as it's ever been, and there's that one string of games that is incredible. So we're just, I don't know. I hope it's going to help us. What I hope is that we don't have any key injuries through that time, right? I hope that we can develop quick enough that we can, get through that with Jerron, with Charles playing the first time, with the two big kids playing for the first time, with the freshmen coming through. That we're ready to take on the challenge of game after game after game after game after game. Those 5 in a row, and then you have Detroit. It is really a gauntlet that we're going to run the whole preseason, and I'm sure it was going to prepare us for the Big Ten, but I don't want it to be like a 2-10, to prepare, because this is a difficult schedule, and we could be really close in many of those games and not have the record. But hopefully it will lead us, whatever happens, we're going to embrace it. And then when the Big Ten schedule comes, that's a shortened schedule too. We're going to have to be ready for that. So it's a unique season with when you throw that compression into our season.
It's Duncan and Isaiah at the 4. And can you talk a little bit about what each one brings there and how you like that?
It's different as night and day, although both can shoot. And I mean, I'm not going to compare Isaiah to Duncan.
Sure.
But Isaiah can shoot. So, I just said they bring us both. We get great leadership from Duncan, and Isaiah has shown a great ability to pick things up, and his athleticism is something that is even better than we thought. And after a year with Coach Sanderson, it will even be better. So they both are very skilled. They can both pass. They can both shoot. Obviously, Isaiah probably will go to the backboard every time, and Duncan will probably never go to the backboard. But they're both playing the same position, and so it's a good compliment to have. And I wouldn't, and if we have, we could throw Duncan to a lot of spots. We could throw a lot of people over there to play that right side of the floor.
Muhammad Ali, Abdul-Rahman Azali, we've been around for a long time now. Given that veteran status, what maybe extra might he bring to your crew this year?
I think he brings a maturity that right now that he has watched the other guys. Derek Walton would be a great example. Finish their career on going this way, because of the work they did not in the season. And I think that he has put in one of his better, if not best, off seasons. He's shooting the ball really well. He's all in with both feet all the way to have, you know, a great senior year. You know, we can't take back his freshman year where he had to play early, but he can go to 3 NCAA tournaments or, you know, win another Big Ten championship, right? Those are big things to hang your hat on. You know, 2 Big Ten championships by him would be an amazing accomplishment. And so he's another one of those guys. Reminds me a little bit of Jordan Morgan, in that, you know, you saw the slow progression, and then, you know, all of a sudden he's really becomes an excellent player in your program.